Hello and welcome back to our exploration of U.S. presidential history. In this segment, we'll dive into the lives and legacies of Presidents 11 through 20. These men, each shaped by their own unique experiences, guided a young nation through tumultuous times. From westward expansion to the fires of civil war and the long, arduous process of rebuilding afterwards, their decisions echoed through the halls of history, shaping the nation we know today. Let's begin, shall we? James K. Polk, a name whispered in the annals of American history, often overshadowed, yet holding a significance that cannot be overstated. Born in the Carolina backcountry in 1795, Polk emerged to become the nation's 11th president, a Democrat who believed in manifest destiny, a destiny he would strive to fulfill. Polk's presidency was a time of immense growth, leading the country through the Mexican-American War and securing the Pacific Northwest with the Oregon Treaty. But his legacy came at a cost, paid in blood and displacement. Polk did not seek re-election, retiring after a single term. He died just months after leaving office, his health strained by leadership. James K. Polk, the dark horse who left an indelible mark on the nation's destiny. Zachary Taylor, a name synonymous with military prowess, a hero of the Mexican War, thrust into the political arena. Born in Virginia in 1784, Taylor spent his life in service to his country, rising through the ranks of the army to become a national icon. Taylor's presidency was brief, tragically cut short after just 16 months in office. Yet in that short time, he navigated a nation deeply divided over the issue of slavery. A Southerner himself, a slave owner, Taylor nonetheless opposed the expansion of slavery into the newly acquired territories. His sudden death, likely from cholera, robbed the nation of a leader who might have been able to steer the country away from the looming storm. Zachary Taylor, the general who became president, a man of action thrust into a world of words. Millard Fillmore, the 13th President of the United States, ascended to the highest office through the unexpected hand of fate. Born in a log cabin in New York in 1800, Fillmore's rise was a testament to his intellect and work ethic. A self-made man, he became a successful lawyer and politician. He served in the House and as Comptroller of New York before becoming Vice President under Zachary Taylor. When Taylor died in 1850, Fillmore was thrust into the presidency. The Compromise of 1850 defined his time in office. Fillmore, the accidental president, stepped into the spotlight during a national crisis. Franklin Pierce, the 14th President of the United States, masked deep personal tragedy and political miscalculation. Born in New Hampshire in 1804, Pierce was a rising star in the Democratic Party. Pierce's presidency, however, would be far from great. He took office when the nation was deeply divided over slavery. The Kansas-Nebraska Act, which Pierce supported, ignited controversy. The violence in Kansas, known as Bleeding Kansas, was a direct result. His son Benny died in a train accident before his inauguration. The death devastated Pierce, entering the White House a broken man. He left office as one of the most reviled presidents in American history. His story is a cautionary tale of personal tragedy and political miscalculation. James Buchanan, the 15th President of the United States, a man whose name has become synonymous with inaction and indecision in the face of national crisis. Born in Pennsylvania in 1791, Buchanan was a seasoned politician, a diplomat, and a man who seemed well equipped to lead the nation. But Buchanan's presidency would be defined by his failure to address the single greatest crisis facing the nation's slavery. He took office at a time when the nation was deeply divided, and his attempts to appease both sides only served to push the country closer to the brink of civil war. By the time Buchanan left office in 1861, 7 southern states had seceded from the Union, and the nation was on the brink of civil war. James Buchanan, the dough-faced president, a man whose legacy is forever tarnished by his failure to lead in a time of crisis. His presidency serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of inaction and appeasement in the face of great moral and political challenges. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, a man whose name has become synonymous with the preservation of the Union and the emancipation of enslaved people. Born in a log cabin in Kentucky in 1809, Lincoln's journey to the White House was a testament to his unwavering belief in the principles of democracy and equality. Lincoln's presidency was forged in the fires of civil war, a conflict that tested the very fabric of the nation. He led the nation through its darkest hour, rallying the North to the cause of preserving the Union and ultimately issuing the Emancipation Proclamation, a document that declared the freedom of enslaved people in Confederate-held territory. His assassination in April 1865, just days after the Confederate surrender at Appomattox, sent shockwaves through the nation. Abraham Lincoln, the great emancipator, the man who saved the Union and set in motion the long and arduous journey towards racial equality. His legacy continues to inspire generations of Americans, a testament to the enduring power of democracy and the importance of leadership in times of crisis. Andrew Johnson, the 17th President of the United States, a man thrust into the spotlight by tragedy, tasked with the monumental challenge of rebuilding a nation shattered by civil war. Born in North Carolina in 1808, Johnson was a self-made man, a former tailor who rose through the ranks of politics to become Lincoln's vice president. Johnson's presidency, however, would be marked by conflict and controversy. He inherited a nation deeply divided, still reeling from the wounds of war and struggling to define the meaning of freedom and equality for its newly emancipated citizens. Johnson favored a lenient approach to Reconstruction, one that emphasized swift reconciliation with the South and minimal federal intervention in the affairs of the former Confederate states. The conflict between Johnson and Congress came to a head in 1868, when the House of Representatives voted to impeach Johnson, charging him with violating the Tenure of Office Act. The Senate, however, narrowly acquitted Johnson, falling one vote short of the two-thirds majority needed to remove him from office. Andrew Johnson, the accidental president who found himself at the helm of a nation in turmoil. Ulysses S. Grant, the 18th President of the United States, a man whose name became synonymous with Union victory in the Civil War. Born in Ohio in 1822, Grant was a reluctant soldier who rose through the ranks of the Union Army to become its commanding general, leading the North to victory over the Confederacy. Grant's presidency, however, would be a stark contrast to his military triumphs. He inherited a nation still grappling with the legacy of slavery and the challenges of Reconstruction, a nation rife with corruption and political infighting. Despite his best intentions, Grant's presidency was plagued by scandal. His administration was tarnished by a series of corruption scandals, including the Whiskey Ring scandal. Despite these challenges, Grant's presidency was not without its achievements. He continued to support Reconstruction efforts in the South, working to protect the rights of newly freed African Americans and to suppress the Ku Klux Klan. Ulysses S. Grant, the war hero who struggled to find his footing in the political arena. His presidency serves as a reminder of the challenges of transitioning from military leadership to civilian leadership and the enduring legacy of the Civil War. Rutherford B. Hayes, the 19th President of the United States, ascended to the presidency under a cloud of controversy. Born in Ohio in 1822, Hayes was a lawyer and a Civil War general. Hayes's presidency was defined by his decision to end Reconstruction. By 1877, Reconstruction was faltering. The federal government's commitment to protecting African Americans' rights was waning. Hayes agreed to withdraw federal troops from the South, ending Reconstruction. This decision ushered in an era of Jim Crow segregation. Hayes's decision continues to be debated by historians. James A. Garfield, the 20th President of the United States, a man whose brief time in office was marked by both promise and tragedy. Born in Ohio in 1831, Garfield was a self-made man, a scholar, a Civil War hero, and a man who believed in the power of education and the importance of civil service reform. Garfield's presidency began with great promise. He was a popular figure, a man of intellect and integrity, and he seemed poised to usher in an era of reform and progress. However, Garfield's presidency would be tragically cut short. Just 4 months after taking office, he was shot by a disgruntled office seeker named Charles Guiteau. Garfield lingered for 80 days before succumbing to his wounds on September 19, 1881. Garfield's assassination sent shockwaves through the nation. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the ever-present threat of political violence. James A. Garfield, the president whose life and presidency were cut tragically short. His story serves as a reminder of the fragility of democracy and the importance of protecting the institutions of government from violence and extremism. From territorial expansion to the fight for civil rights, these presidents shaped the nation through triumphs and trials. They led during pivotal moments in American history, moments that tested the very soul of the nation. Their decisions, some celebrated, some condemned, continue to shape the world we live in today. The expansion they oversaw, the wars they waged, the laws they passed, all left an indelible mark on the nation, shaping its identity, its character, and its destiny. Thank you for joining this journey through the lives of US Presidents 11 through 20, men who navigated a young nation through extraordinary times, leaving behind a legacy that continues to resonate today.